how does everyone else do it without certificates? Hey, have you ever wondered how some of your competitors are able to import products without the necessary certifications? It's a requirement to have government certification for every imported product before it can be sold. Yet some of these seem to be bypassing this requirement. Well, in this video, Nadine is going to give you the lowdown on this issue. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the lesson.
So, after thinking about what I told you in the previous lesson, you've looked at your competitors and you ask yourself, but how does everyone else do it without the certifications? Well, first of all, it's probably more a rumor than reality. It could also be that your competitor is simply shipping products in low quantities, which, as we've said, are more likely to be ignored by customs. This is especially true in e-commerce, where distributors are selling B2C to private consumers. So a package with 1 to 10 products that is normally shipped with air cargo shipping giants like DHL, UPS, FedEx or Amazon descend through Air Express, for example. So sometimes without knowing, distributors avoid getting caught by customs and authorities because carriers like DHL have special clearance at customs and because the shipping quantity is so low. These are just some of the privileges of being a major shipping company who clears millions of shipments every day around the globe. Having to check every small shipment for certificates or compliance with regulations would be a logistical headache for customs itself and would cost the company huge delays in delivery times. So indeed, most small distributors, drop shippers, e-commerce store owners, eBay or even Amazon traders are breaking the law without even knowing. But ignorance, as you should know by now, is not bliss. In the past few years, big companies like Amazon have started requesting documents from e-commerce sellers. Like, do they have an EPA for air purifiers or CE mark, etc. If they don't have them, their shipments are destroyed by customs, and that's a terrible reality for those manufacturers or distributors. However, there's an exception I'll share with you now. These applies to companies which are importing small quantities of products at the time, like 50 pieces or anything below $200 to $800 or euros, depending on the country. For example, Israel's limit is $800, while Germany's is 200 euros. These could fall under the category of personal consumption, which isn't likely to be checked by customs. Importers who go the regular way and ship large quantities of products by sea are required to clear their shipment with customs. This clearance takes quite some time, and there's simply no way around it. If your product arrives at customs and has no certifications or test report evidence that it complies to the regulations in that country, you might never get your products back. So the likelihood of your product getting seized is very high. If your product gets caught without the necessary certifications, you'll lose a lot of money. So in essence, your shipment? Gone. Your delivery deadline? Forget that. Your reputation? Good luck with that. Customs will most likely not hold your product for more than 4 weeks, and this is usually the time it takes to issue just the most basic certifications or notifications. A registration or authorization can take from 3 months to 2 years. So the sooner you start complying with all the regulations and start gathering the certificates, the better it is for you and for your export business. As always, it's a good idea to get a study from a compliance agency like Diatomic Digital to find out what exactly needs to be done with an estimate of how long it will take to source labs, get the results, and file for the right certifications. So from our side, like I said before, we always advise our clients not to concern themselves by what others are doing, but rather to make sure that their products meet the requirements. It's a hard pill to swallow, but this will save them and you tons of tears and heartache in the future. Now, let's get into the next topic.